remember the moment everything went black at the warehouse. One second I was sorting invoices, the next I was staring up at fluorescent lights that buzzed like trapped insects. Waking up in the clinic felt like surfacing from deep water, disoriented and aching in places I didn't know could hurt. While I lay there, waiting for my phone to light up with something, anything, from the people who were supposed to care, my cousin posted a picture online of a lakeside barbecue. She tagged everyone in the family except me, joking in the caption about how peaceful things were when certain people aren't around. I read it over and over, feeling the sting cut deeper than the fore in my arm. 3 days passed in a blur of metallic-tasting medicine and the slow beep of monitors. When I finally checked my phone, I saw dozens of missed calls and a single message from my uncle, "Get in touch ASAP. We have a situation." For a moment I thought maybe they were worried about me. But then something inside me clicked. No, they needed something. And I already knew exactly who had taken over the responsibilities I'd carried for years. I'd been the one who fixed the paperwork, handled the customer relationships, even kept the family business afloat during rough months. Then Leo arrived, my sister's charming boyfriend who could sweet-talk anyone into believing he had all the answers. He started offering suggestions during meetings, leaning in like he belonged there. My uncle adored him instantly, praising him as if he'd been waiting his whole life for someone like Leo to take the reins. I let it slide at first, too worn down to fight for attention. But little by little, people stopped calling me, and started calling him. And while I was out cold on that clinic bed, Leo slid right into my role, locking me out of accounts I had built from scratch. When I finally saw forged signatures and unauthorized transfers that lined up perfectly with the hours I was unconscious, the reality hit like ice water. They weren't just replacing me. They were erasing me. So I stopped trying to convince anyone of what they had done and started preparing to show them who they were dealing with. Revenge, I learned, doesn't shout. It just waits. While Leo strutted around pretending to be the hero, I quietly mirrored everything he touched, using the back-end systems I knew better than anyone. And by the time he noticed things slipping through his fingers, it was far too late to undo what I'd already set in motion. So when my uncle sent that frantic message begging me to come in, I didn't rush, I prepared. When I walked into the office, everyone froze. Leo's hands trembled over a stack of documents, lawyers murmuring in tight circles. My uncle's glare could have cut steel. "The accounts are blocked," he barked. "Leo says you." I cut him off with a calm he didn't deserve. I laid down a folder packed with evidence, real timestamps, untouched logs, the truth they couldn't spin. Leo tried to defend himself, then blame everyone around him, then cry. I didn't flinch. "You chose him over me," I told my uncle, "so you can deal with what comes with him." When security escorted Leo out, my sister rushed after him, mascara streaking down her cheeks. I just watched the door close and finally let myself breathe. That night, back in my empty apartment, I sat by the window and listened to the quiet. The machines had kept my body alive, but the silence was what kept my spirit intact now. They thought my collapse meant I was fragile. They never understood, it meant I was done carrying everyone else's weight. When the dust settled, Leo's arrest made the news, my sister's engagement shattered, and the remnants of the business legally reverted to me. I didn't rebuild it. Some ruins are better left untouched. Lying in that clinic bed had taught me something I never forgot: betrayal isn't losing people, it's seeing exactly who they are. And when they finally came looking for me, desperate for help, I responded not with comfort, but with the kind of silence they could finally hear. Revenge didn't feel triumphant. It felt like clarity. They had to look at me, really look, and recognize what they had thrown away. I didn't need apologies. I needed distance. And now I have it.